Albert Einstein, the genius who changed the universe. Complete biography documentary. Part 1 Introduction. Imagine a man whose ideas transformed our understanding of space, time, and the universe itself. A man who struggled in school, worked in a patent office, and later became the most famous scientist in history. This is the story of Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was more than a physicist. He was a thinker, a dreamer, and a revolutionary mind who changed modern science forever. His theory of relativity reshaped how humanity understands gravity, motion, and the cosmos. From a quiet childhood in Germany to becoming a global icon, Einstein's journey was filled with curiosity, challenges, and groundbreaking discoveries. His face became a symbol of genius, but behind the wild hair and famous photographs was a man deeply committed to knowledge, peace, and humanity. In this documentary, we will explore Einstein's extraordinary life from his birth and childhood to his scientific breakthroughs, his escape from Nazi Germany, his role in the atomic age, and the legacy he left behind. This is the story of the genius who changed the universe. Part 2 Birth and Childhood. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879 in the city of Ulm, in the German Empire. His parents, Hermann Einstein and Pauline Cook, belonged to a middle-class Jewish family. As a child, Albert was quiet and thoughtful. Family members worried because he spoke later than most children. Yet behind his silence was an intensely curious mind. One day, his father showed him a compass. Young Albert was fascinated that the needle always pointed north. He later said this small instrument awakened his lifelong curiosity about the hidden forces of nature. The Einstein family eventually moved to Munich, where Albert attended school. He loved mathematics and science but disliked strict classroom discipline. Teachers often considered him different from other students. Even as a boy, Einstein spent hours thinking about how the world worked. Questions about light, motion, and the universe filled his imagination. Part 3 Education and Early Struggles. When Einstein was a teenager, his family moved to Italy, but he remained in Germany to continue his studies. Unhappy with the rigid education system, he eventually left school and joined his family. Einstein later applied to the Swiss Federal Polytechnic in Zurich. Although he excelled in mathematics and physics, he initially failed the entrance examination because of weak scores in other subjects. Determined to succeed, he completed additional schooling and was admitted to the Polytechnic in 1896. In Zurich, Einstein met fellow student Mileva Merrick, who shared his interest in science. He graduated in 1900, but finding an academic job proved difficult. For several years, Einstein struggled to secure a university position. Many professors did not fully appreciate his unconventional thinking. Part 4 The Patent Office Years. In 1902, Einstein found work as a technical expert at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern. His job was to examine inventions and determine whether they were original. While working full-time, Einstein continued studying physics in his spare time. He often discussed scientific ideas with close friends and filled notebooks with calculations. Far from the famous laboratories of Europe, the young patent clerk was quietly preparing a scientific revolution. Einstein later called this period one of the happiest times of his life because it gave him the freedom to think independently. Part 5 The Miracle Year of 1905. In 1905, Einstein published 4 scientific papers that changed physics forever. Historians call it his miracle year. His first paper explained the photoelectric effect, showing that light behaves as tiny packets of energy called photons. His second paper provided evidence for the existence of atoms through the study of Brownian motion. His third paper introduced the special theory of relativity, which showed that space and time are connected and that the laws of physics are the same for all observers moving at constant speed. And his fourth paper produced one of the most famous equations in history, mass-energy equivalence. E equals mc superscript 2. This equation revealed that mass and energy are different forms of the same thing. These discoveries transformed Einstein from an unknown patent clerk into one of the most important scientists of the 20th century. Part 6: General Relativity and Global Fame. Einstein continued developing his ideas and, in 1915, presented the general theory of relativity. He proposed that gravity is not simply a force pulling objects together. Instead, massive objects like planets and stars bend the fabric of space and time. A helpful way to imagine this is, imagine placing a heavy bowling ball on a stretched rubber sheet. The sheet bends, and smaller balls roll toward the heavy ball. Einstein suggested that space-time behaves in a similar way. In 1919, a solar eclipse expedition confirmed one of Einstein's predictions: light from distant stars was bent by the sun's gravity. Newspapers around the world celebrated the discovery. Albert Einstein became an international superstar. His name became synonymous with genius. Part 7: Escaping Nazi Germany. During the 1930s, Germany came under the control of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party. As a Jewish scientist, Einstein faced growing danger. The Nazis attacked his work and targeted Jewish intellectuals. In 1933, Einstein left Germany and never returned. He eventually settled in the United States and accepted a position at the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton, New Jersey. Einstein became an American citizen and continued his scientific research while speaking out against racism, dictatorship, and war. Part 8: The Atomic Age. As World War II approached, Einstein became concerned that Nazi Germany might develop an atomic bomb. In 1939, he signed a letter to U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt warning about the potential military use of nuclear energy. This letter helped encourage American research that eventually became the Manhattan Project. However, Einstein himself did not work on the atomic bomb. After the war and the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, he became a strong advocate for international cooperation and nuclear disarmament. He believed scientific progress should be used to benefit humanity, not destroy it. Part 9: Final Years and Death. In his later years, Einstein continued working on scientific problems and promoting peace. He remained curious until the very end, searching for a unified theory that could explain all the forces of nature. On April 18, 1955, Albert Einstein died in Princeton, New Jersey, at the age of 76. According to reports, his final words were spoken in German, but they were not understood by the nurse who was with him. The world mourned the loss of one of the greatest minds in human history. Part 10: Legacy. Albert Einstein's legacy extends far beyond physics. His theories helped pave the way for modern technologies such as GPS, nuclear energy, and many advances in astronomy and space exploration. He showed that imagination can be as important as knowledge. One of his most famous quotes says, "Imagination is more important than knowledge." Today, Einstein remains a symbol of curiosity, creativity, and the power of human thought. From a quiet child fascinated by a compass to the scientist who changed our understanding of the universe, Albert Einstein proved that a single mind can transform the course of history. His ideas continue to shape science, inspire students, and remind humanity that the search for knowledge has no limits. This was the extraordinary story of Albert Einstein, the genius who changed the universe. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe.